Welcome to the wonderful world of the guitar. In this first lesson, I'll be introducing you to the different parts of the instrument and explaining what they're for. Today, we'll be looking at a 6-string electric guitar, although most of the parts we'll be discussing can also be found on an acoustic instrument. So let's get started. At this end of the guitar we have the headstock or head. It is primarily used to house the tuning pegs or machine heads. You may have 6 of these on one side or 3 on each side of the head, but they still do exactly the same thing. The function of these is to tune the guitar by altering the tension of the strings which, as you can see, are attached to the posts of the machine heads. More about these shortly. Moving along, we have the nut, which is used to position the strings correctly at this end of the instrument. This is attached to the neck, which runs from the head to the body of the guitar. The neck is usually made from a hard wood, as it is placed under a lot of tension from the strings. To help make it even stronger, the neck will have a metal rod or truss rod running inside it which keeps it rigid under stress. Along the length of the neck, you can see these metal strips or frets as they are known. These are used to alter the length of the string, thereby changing the note or pitch of the string. You will also notice these dots or fret markers as they are known. These are placed at specific places along the neck and act as a visual guide to help you put your fingers in the right place along the neck. Now we come to the body. This is, as we can see, where the neck is connected either by a screw fitting or by a glued joint to the body. It can be made either from a solid piece of wood, as in most electric guitars, or put together to form a hollow body, as in most acoustic or jazz guitars. On all guitars we will have a bridge fitted to the body. This is where the strings will be attached at this end. Your bridge may be fitted to a tremolo arm or whammy bar. More about this later. Some bridges will be adjustable, as is usual on an electric guitar, so that you can set the distance or height of the strings from the frets, known as the action, and also the length of the string to achieve perfect tuning as we play along the length of the neck. This is known as intonation. Other bridges are not adjustable and will be fixed by the manufacturer at an optimum height and distance. This is usually the case with acoustic guitars. Now we come to the strings. These can be made from various materials. Normally we will use steel strings on an electric guitar, a combination of bronze and steel for an acoustic, and a mixture of nylon and steel for a classical instrument. The string is the source of the sound on the guitar. This is achieved by plucking the string either with thumb, fingers or a plectrum, also known as a pick, which is normally a small flat piece of plastic, although there are various types of these. When plucked, the string will vibrate at a certain speed or frequency. This causes the air to vibrate and is heard as a specific note or pitch. On an electric instrument we have what are known as pickups. These pick up the vibration of the string and transfer them into an electrical signal which can then be sent to an amplifier via a cable or lead which connects to the guitar through the jack socket. There are various types of pickup that are used depending on the style of guitar we have. On a Fender type guitar these would usually be single coil pickups. On a Gibson type guitar they would usually be double coil or humbucker pickups. On an electroacoustic guitar they would usually be piezo pickups which are mounted under the bridge. Each type of pickup has a distinctive sound which we will look at later on. In addition to the pickups, we will also have knobs and switches to control the type of sound we use by selecting the pickup we are using and also the volume and tone of the overall sound. As you can see, I can use the pickup selector switch to determine which pickup I will employ depending on the sound I want to achieve. A softer sound by using the pickup near the neck, or a harder sound by using the one at the bridge. I can also use the volume knob to control how loud or quiet I need to be, and the tone control to set the sound to be softer, that is with more bass, or harder, that is with more treble. All of these things I've talked about so far will be dealt with in greater detail as we go through our course of lessons together. One last thing I would like to mention is that if you are intending to stand up while playing in the time-honoured rock and roll tradition, then you will need to attach a strap to your guitar. You should have a couple of strap buttons already fixed to your instrument in the correct positions. I would suggest that you use a wide strap to save yourself shoulder ache and adjust the strap to whatever length suits you best. I hope that this introduction to the guitar has given you a good overall understanding and that, given time, will help to build your confidence in playing the instrument and also help you to communicate with your fellow musicians. In the next lesson, we'll be looking at various ways of tuning your guitar. Bye for now.